In this video, we're gonna go over the mechanics and techniques of a row. A lot of times what people do is they default different types of movements in different positions to basically sacrifice different types of mechanics that happens in the shoulder and the spinal complex. So what times many people do is by protecting the body, they always want to get the work done. So what we're going to do is a lot of times what people end up doing when they get their bodies ready for the low row or even perform the movement, they go into a shoulder elevation. So they bring their shoulder all the way up to their ears, and that's a no-no. We want to obviously prevent that from happening and put our bodies into better positions. The next one, most time what people do is they always look down by reducing the actual cervical spine. From there, going into a flexion, or they go into an extension by actually looking up at the ceiling. So falsely putting their bodies in not great positions in the cervical spine as well. Other ones as well, and we're gonna go into now a rounded shoulder. So people get into this exaggerated forward motion. Unfortunately, in the worlds that we live in today, we do live in an anterior world. We live a lot of our work, we live a lot of the things that we do in life forwards. So trying to put our bodies in better positions, it's ultimately the big thing that we want to do. So we're going to go into a couple demonstrations with our TRX low row. So Gregory here is going to show the first one for our low row and the shoulder elevation. So this is what it's going to look like. So when we go into these positions, people perform this by bringing their shoulders all the way up to their ears, and then they perform the low row. So he's going to get about a couple repetitions here. Again, not necessarily the most clean technique. Now what we are going to do is he kind of resets his body a little bit. He's going to do two different ones for looking down at his stomach to cervical spine dysfunction. Now performing that one row there. And then the other ones that we typically see as well is we look up at the ceiling. So now when we're doing the same exact thing, he looks back and actually tries to get his body in a better position, but it's not necessarily the most appropriate. Other ones as well is now that forward, that rounded, exaggerated motion, performing the low row here. So when we get that, now you can even just see the potential mechanics that change in this position just from that rounded shoulder environment. So now I'm going to have him step back and we're going to put his body into a better position. So from here, Gregory, what we're going to do, we're going to go into our link fit CB3 method. Get our body in a better position by co-contraction, bracing, dialing back a little bit from there. So what we have going on, we're going to go into now the retraction of our shoulders. We're going to try to put our spine in a better position. We want neutral. Again, looking at the complexity of the whole spine itself. We're going to keep this all in line as well. So locking our stomach in, keeping our shoulders back. We're not going to round, exaggerating forward. So now what Gregory is going to do, he's going to show you the perfect repetition to perform this row on the TRX. So leaning back now, keeping that position integrity, keeping everything in place. Again, keeping pretty much looking up at that anchor point. That's where his eyesight's going to be. Keeping everything locked in, and his stomach, his glutes are nice and tight. He's squeezing his shoulder blades together. Again, this video was created to make sure that we get the best position and movement quality out of our row. I hope this video helps you guys out.